Hello everyone, my name is Webweaver and welcome back to another episode of It's Look Who It Is. We're gaming, and today is Maintenance Day. Very funny. Now I'm actually recording this before, slightly before Maintenance, so I'm basically not gonna have a chance to play Final Fantasy XIV today. I know, oh the misery, etc, etc. But let's see, who do I feel like? Let's play Haru. We haven't played Haru in a while. I feel like doing the thumbnails and like looking at the custom thumbnails and all that stuff has shown me that there are just some characters that I just never play. Unless I have to. But I'm thinking random backstory, and I'm also thinking... no, I don't want random item statistics. I would like random perks, please and thank you. And I think what we'll do is probably a little Katu-Rufu as a treat, and backstory nothing. That's one of the weird things, is like I feel like World of Horror... I feel like World of Horror and Eldritch Parasite disproportionately show up when you pick all backstories, because I think the RNG in this game is fundamentally broken and doesn't work properly. Because you just... like, I mean... Am I wrong? I am wrong. I'm insane. I'm wacky. But I'm a little bit sad today, and I've had multiple people send this to me in the DMs, is Skarner's rework has been fully announced, and it's going into the PBE tomorrow, apparently? Something like that? Now, I'm not in the PBE. I don't have access to that, so I can't play it. But I'm gonna have to, like, you know, obviously maintenance today, so instead of playing Final Fantasy XIV, I'm just gonna play League of Legends. I'm just gonna play a bunch of Skarner, I think. I'm just gonna play a bunch of Skarner, because it's so sad, dude. It's so sad. Like, here's the thing. The new Skarner looks to be, like, you know, a way better champion. Now, I don't know if running through the walls and grabbing people and slamming them into a wall is going to be very fair or balanced or feel good to play against or feel good to play, or be healthy for the game, but it'll probably be nerfed into non-existence. Like, everybody's saying, like, oh my god, Skarner will be able to drag 3 people. It's like, did you see those, the clips that Riot was showing off? Like, Skarner could, like, drag 3 people for, like, half a second. Like, he could drag, like, 3 people from, like, the middle of mid lane to, like, a little bit further into his territory in mid lane. You know what I mean? I don't know. Also, because Arcane is canon, Skarner has to be taken out back and shot. Because Skarner was actually related to Hextech. But because, you know, Victor in Arcane is the Hextech Andy, Skarner can't be related to Hextech anymore. So, you know how it is. Just gonna curl up and die, you know? I think it's so sad. One of the, I think I've told this story before. Yes, we are doing a League of Legends anecdote right now. I'm so sorry. I think I've told this story before. But one of the characters that I really liked when I first started getting into League of Legends was Skarner. Like, I saw Skarner in the Champions store, or like the, you know, the Legends store, or whatever the hell. And I thought he was really cool, like a purple-blue scorpion who's like made out of crystals. I thought that was really awesome. And so I was really into Skarner as a design, and I don't remember what Skarner was like back then, but I did pick Skarner up, and I played him quite a bit, and I really enjoyed him. And then eventually his passive became like something with the Crystal Spires. I started playing League of Legends like literally 10 years ago, back in 2014. And I will admit, back then I did mostly play Rek'Sai and Elise, but when I picked up Skarner, I really liked Skarner. And I played him a lot, a few years ago especially. And so, you know, it is just a little bit sad. It is just a little bit sad that, like, the Crystal Scorpion in League of Legends is being taken out back and shot because, you know, he doesn't really fit in with the League of Legends lore, because his lore is now contradicting Arcane, so it has to be taken out back and shot. And also his aesthetic is just being completely removed. I hope they give him some sort of, like, maybe his launch skin will be, like, original Skarner, but then and everybody who has Skarner before the rework gets that skin for free or something. Because it's just, like, it feels bad that they took such a unique aesthetic and they're basically just removing it from the game. I hope we get a Crystal skin alt that's purple and blue. Well, I mean, you know, obviously it would have, like, 80 chromas, but I hope, like, the base version of it is purple and blue, and it's a Crystal skin. Because also, like, how are they gonna do the, his, like, scorpion skin? You know, like, the, I forget what it's called, but it's, like, the red scorpion one where he just looks like a normal scorpion. Like, how are they gonna do that? Is that just gonna be, like, a glorified chroma? Is it gonna have a different model? Like, I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work. Is he gonna look more like regular Scorpion? I don't know. Or, like, another example is, like, Guardian of the Sands. Is, like, how is the Guardians of the Sands skin gonna look? I really want to know. I'm a Skarner Andy, okay? I am a Skarner Andy. And where are we going with this? I think we're gonna go Ramen, because Ramen's a pretty good first mystery, and then we go into Botany. That sounds good. Don't forget the money here. We're gonna need it. Don't forget the money plane. We're gonna need it. You're gonna carry that wheat. We are gonna carry that money plane. But yeah, no, I'm just sad. I'm gonna try to get a lot of good games in as Skarner. Like, here's the thing. I'm under no illusion that Skarner is a bad champion. I'll take that. Sure, thank you so much. Like, I'm under no illusion that Skarner's a bad champion or, like, unhealthy for League of Legends, because he is. Like, he's just not really a good champion. Sure, we're gonna do it like this. This is kinda oh, I'm dumb as hell. What have I done, chat? Chat, what have I done? Wait, what's the difference? I thought foreign cigarettes were supposed to give you +2 reason. Oh, well. Yeah, no, I should have gotten a vending machine. I always forget the vending machine when I'm playing Haru. Also, I'm trolling. Me when I'm trolling. Real. You gotta prep. You gotta get that cigarette case. And we want to get a jar of blood ASAP, and then we want to go back to the dog store. We want to get a jar of blood ASAP, and we gotta get back to that dog store. You goddamn know it. But at least we can do this, and feel pretty good about that. I mean, I'm relatively fine with this anyways. But, yeah, jar of blood. Jar of blood would be pretty cool. We get a little jar of blood. Jar of blood is a treat. But, like, you know, current Skarner is bad, but he's, like, fun to play, and he's got, like, a lot of interesting things that are all very, like, hacky solutions that Riot has been, like, desperately trying to figure out how to make work properly. Oof. Because, like, his passive has always been getting changed and reworked all the time, but the territory control thing was kind of fun. Like, I think there's definitely room in League of Legends for a champion who wants to, like, place territory that then grows. Like, I definitely think a champion like that could exist. Because you kind of have that stuff with, like, in MOBAs, with, like, Broodmother in Dota. You know, she can create webs that she can walk through, and that gives her, like, a ghosting effect, and she's invisible while she's in her territory, something like that. I think there's definitely the idea of, like, fighting over territory and build it into a champion's kit. I think that could definitely work in League of Legends, how the game's designed and all that. I mean, you might as well just do this for fun. It doesn't really matter. You hit, you miss it. You're completely okay either way. Sutashan, second enemy, thank you so much. But I don't know, it's like, I really like Skarner, and I'm gonna miss him, but I'm also going to enjoy the new Skarner, I think, because his kit's very funny. Like, the idea that you can just ignore terrain and just, like, okay, you basically have Kayn, right? Like, you have Kayn's ability where Kayn can walk through a wall, or you have, it's like Kayn's ability that walks through a wall combined with Poppy's ability that slams you into a wall. with a stun, right? But it's just a little bit silly that it's like, okay, he's got the 3-hit max % health damage auto attack, except it's a dot for some reason, so that's great. And then he's got, like, he does still have a shield and an impale, I guess. So he's the same champion. I don't actually remember, because I never played pre-rework Aatrox. I always thought Aatrox... Oh, Aatrox was such a pain in the ass. Now I remember. He could, like, impale himself or something to, like, rapidly heal or something. Oh my god, I'm vaguely remembering the old Aatrox. Just vaguely. But, we're getting a lot of Doom here, huh? Well, I hope we don't get the dog store leaving on the first mystery, completely screwing over my entire game plan, but, you know, guess we'll see what happens. But, like, I don't know, I don't know, I'm sad. Live service games are always, in my opinion, a double-edged sword, because if you want to make a multiplayer game, that multiplayer game kind of needs to be a live service in the modern era. Not because of, like, any, like, monetization reason, because you can definitely make a game without, like, predatory practices, which live service games usually employ to try to get as much money off of you as possible. But what I mean is, like... Okay, we're good. What I mean is, like, if you're playing a multiplayer game, you kind of want that to get new content, right? Like, people, like, look at Lethal Company. People play and consume games so much that they get sick of them, even if they're, like, really good games. Even if, like, they're getting a decent amount of content, if that makes sense. Like, I don't, like, basically all of my friends are done with Lethal Company. I know very, like, sometimes if there's a stack, if there's a lobby, Lethal Company will be done, or something or other, right? But a lot of the time, people are just kind of tired of Lethal Company. They don't want to do it anymore. And so, for me, I still think Lethal Company is very fun. And with mods, I think Lethal Company is also very fun. I just wish it was a little bit easier to sync up mods. But it's like people have consumed so much Lethal Company that they're just done with it, right? Like, it's just like, it came, it was a flash in the pan, everybody was playing it for the period of a couple months, and then it just completely died. And now nobody wants to play Lethal Company anymore, which is a shame, because it's a good game. It's a fun game. But because it's not like a live service that's constantly getting updates, people are done with it. It didn't have the staying power that Among Us did because of the everybody being locked inside for a little bit. You know what I mean? Everybody being locked down. And so, I don't know. Maybe I'm just absolutely insane. But that's at least what it feels like, right? It's like, you casually play a game, and then it just, like, the fires of hell in the internet just burn through it to the ground, and then when everybody's done with it, you're like, hey guys, want to play it? And they're like, nobody wants to play it anymore. It's a little, I don't know, I think it's a little bit sad. Am I gonna keep taking perception checks for no reason? You're goddamn right, because we gotta succeed one of them eventually. And we've also got to get a, I don't know, this might sound crazy, but are we ever gonna get... For God's sakes, I'm gonna prep twice. I hate this so much. And we're gonna suffer so much doom because it's so penalizing going to the stupid dog store. Just for cigarettes that aren't even there! You're making me buy foreign cigarettes, which is also +1 reason, apparently. No, it's +2. No, it's +2. They just took the description of the cigarettes were just modified for no reason. Because why not? You know, they used to say +2, now they say +1, but they give you +2. Ugh. Anyways, give me the jar of blood, that's fine. And by that, I mean I'm giving you a jar of blood, but, like, give me the option jar of blood. I'm pressing that button on the keyboard. Am I gonna make another luck check, or I'm making another perception check, baby, because they're gonna start paying out eventually. Why? Because I believe in them. Me when I'm waking up. Me when I'm waking up. Real. Am I waking up and breaking out? This is what it's like to be free? No way. Well, we have to make a choice here. Which way? This is the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX card that everybody uses as the meme image. Are we going for allies give you bonuses or no allies give you bonuses? I think we're going for on your own because it's immediately in play. We could get fame. Fame is really good, but I'm going with stats here specifically just because we already have a source of attack speed from the cigarettes. If we did not have cigarettes, if we did not have Haru's Monking, I would definitely take fame, I think. Oh, but you know, the stats are really good. I don't know. I think out of all the WA Andes, out of all the WA guard, you know, the people who are still in Shiikawa after 900 hours, out of all those lunatics, I am probably the only lunatic who values stats, I think. Because everybody that I talk to about this game, they all say stats are dog shit, stats are bad, stats don't mean anything. And it's like, yeah, but if stats don't mean anything, then, like, Yumiko would be playable if stats didn't mean anything. But stats obviously mean something because Yumiko's horrible, you know? Like obviously, yeah, Toshiaki's Necronomicon and his Necronomicon pages are way better than stats. But also, like, the downside to playing Toshiaki is that he has bad stats, right? Like, am I insane? Was I real for that one? Am I giving my WA hot take that is gonna burn the meta to the ground? I don't know. I just value I value stats more than I think most World of Horror Andes do. I was about to say Warcraft for some reason because I have unimaginable brain rot, even though I've never played World of Warcraft a day in my goddamn life. The only MMO that I have any eyes for is Final Fantasy XIV, maybe Dragon Quest X because it's, like, free and I've been playing it casually. But the only MMO that I want to degen is Final Fantasy XIV, but I will give the Riot MMO a chance when that gets released in the year 2045. If I'm still alive by then. I hope I'm still alive by then. Well, that's a long-ass time. Let's see. I think we just, we have good charisma. I think do we try it? It's a safe location, right? I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a safe location or not. Just roll an 11 and die. Feels bad. I'm not forgetting the plant girl. I will remember her. But, I mean, this video, the topics are all over the place, but, like, I just feel like the only way to survive as a multiplayer game is if you keep releasing new shit way too fast. Because people consume way too quickly, right? And I mean, I'm guilty of this. I do Final Fantasy XIV grinds that are meant to be done over months. I do them in weeks because I am unwell with that game. But, like, when I'm playing it, but that you can only do that for one game. You know what I mean? Like, Helldivers 2 is progressing so goddamn quickly that it's like, you know, when I first started playing, people were like, oh, I can't wait for them to add the mechs from the first game into the second one. I'm like, oh yeah, that'd be pretty cool. And then, like, a month later, they added mechs. It's like, okay, and I remember fighting on that planet to unlock mechs, which was awesome, by the way. But, like, it's just, like, Helldivers 2 is going so fast, and it has battle passes that require you to play it so much, because if you don't have that grind where people have to spend, like, over 1,000 requisition medals or whatever they're called to unlock the final weapon in the battle pass, like, if you don't do that, people are going to be done with your game, right? Because it won't, like, people who are going to be done with your game way too quickly. And it's like, it just feels insanely overwhelming that all these games have these massive grinds. And the whole reason why they do have those massive grinds is because it's like, if they don't, like, if a game doesn't have this massive grind, it is not going to be played in, like, a month. You know what I mean? And it's kind of why I'm now leaning on the relics in Final Fantasy XIV should be a pain in the ass. Because doing the crafting relics and just doing, like, hours and hours of, like, unimportant but gradual gathering and crafting work, where I'm, like, sitting there refreshing my macro of high-quality crafting because the thing is level 86, so I can't use Trained Eye on it or whatever the hell it's called to 100% it instantly, and so I actually have to run a macro for it because I don't want to manually craft, like, 60 items of this one thing and then, like, 30 items of this other thing over and over and over again. I don't want to be attentive to that, so I'm just hitting the macro over and over again. And the thing is, this entire time, I've just been chatting with my FC. I've just been, like, I've been chatting, I've been having a good time, I've been interrupting my grind to run content when somebody invites me, or when somebody wants to chat, and I'm like, I just stop doing the crafting thing because I get distracted. Like, having you be online and in the game working towards some nebulous goal for some stupid bullshit reason keeps people online. It keeps people in your game, which, this is gonna sound insane, this is gonna sound anti-consumer, and in a way it is, but, like, if you don't have those things in your multiplayer game, people are going to log on, consume all of the content that is supposed to take a normal person a week, or, in the case of a big grind, months. They're gonna do all that shit in a week, and then it's gonna be like they're done. They're offline. They're offline for the next 6 months for you to release the next piece of content. And it's, like, Final Fantasy XIV can get away with it because everything is evergreen, so it's like if you have one grind to do now, you probably have, like, 80 other grinds that you could do at any time, right? So it's just a thing of, like, gradually running out of grinds until you've done everything in the game, and then that's when you log offline for 6 months, you come back, you consume everything in a day, and then log offline for the next 6 months, right? Like, but with other games like Helldivers, like, that shit's crazy, dude. And another thing is, like, kind of think of, like, I mean, I guess I'll give you an example of the game on your goddamn screen right now, right? Is World of Horror is a game that was slow in development because a single person was working on it. It has a unique art style. You know, the person was not, like, a professional programmer who can just, like, bang out a game and, like, 80 million updates in, like, less than a year, you know what I mean? This was a passion project that was gradually worked on, which is one of the reasons why it's so good and it has so much staying power with me, is that this is the work of madness. Right? Like, and that's why the game's so great. In the ways that the game is good, I should say. Sailors, mermaids, metamorphose. I think we'll just do sailors, right? And just hope that we find 2 items to discard. But, like, this game fell off the face of the earth because it did not get constant updates, which it didn't need, because the updates were, the updates were either substantial amounts of content, or they were bug fixes or balance patches that didn't really fix any bugs or balance anything. The game's gotten a lot better. I'm being mean. The game's gotten a lot better. I'm being mean. But, like, it's true, though. Is, like, when World of Horror gets updates, that's when people care about it. And not, like... Because everybody just kind of goes in, they play it way too much in way too little amount of time, and then they're done with it, right? They get everything, they see everything, they consume it, and then they're done. And I actually think one of the things that I appreciate a lot about World of Horror is it's a game that I've consumed in a healthy way. And I know that sounds insane. You're looking at the episode number, you're clicking on the channel, you're going to playlists, you're opening the early access playlist, and you're looking at that episode number, and you're like, nah, this guy's ill with this game, right? But here's the thing. I play this game for 15 to 30 minutes once a day. That's it. That's it. That's literally it. When I'm doing a backlog or batch recording, maybe I'll play it for 2 hours a day. Or like 2 hours a week, I should say. Like maybe 2 to 3 hours a week. And that's it. And out of every game that I've played, that is probably the most healthy I've ever played it. And it's the same thing with something like Little Goody Two Shoes or RimWorld, right? When I normally play RimWorld, the clock says 10 p.m. I blink. The clock says 5 a.m. But not with this RimWorld series. I play RimWorld for an hour a week. It's great. I look forward to playing RimWorld again. Because I'm like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen in this play session. It's absolutely fantastic. Pacing yourself is actually goated. Right? And the same thing with Little Goody Two Shoes, right? Little Goody Two Shoes, if I was normally playing that game, I would have binged it already. I would have binged it, I would have gotten all the endings, I would have completely devoured that game because it's absolutely everything up my alley. But with the YouTube series, I'm doing it weekly. So I'll play like an hour of Little Goody Two Shoes a week, and I'm like, I wonder what's gonna happen next week. I'm excited for it. The only thing with the Lunacid, I think, is a double-edged sword. Because for Lunacid, if I was playing that game on my own time, I would never complete it. Like, I'm not stupid enough to think that I would beat Lunacid if, I'm not stupid enough to think I would beat Lunacid if I, was trying to play it on my own time. But also, I would definitely look things up. If I was playing Lunacid on my own, I would. Because imagine playing a game for, like imagine, it's the weekend. You don't have any IRL responsibilities besides, like, you know, cooking, cleaning, self-care, you know, normal stuff that you're doing every day anyways, right? But, like, you know, you're off work. So you've got maybe, like, 6 hours, 8 hours to play a game, depending on how late you want to stay up, right? So you can put some time into it. You can game, okay? You can do a gamer sesh, as it were. A classic gamer sesh. A hardcore gamer sesh. Where you got the chips, the drinks, right? You play that shit for 6 hours straight, and you can't figure out what to do because Lunacid is purposefully designed to kind of be silly, you know? It's purposefully designed to be a little silly. CQC training goes unimaginably hard if we find the gun, but like I don't wanna do it. Let's just get charisma to 8. And I'll take fast learner for fun, right? And then, of course, I don't really like this. Can we discard black hair? We can. That's actually kind of interesting. Okay, we didn't need to do that. Great. Neat. I'll roll the monument once. It's exactly what I wanted to see, by the way, minus sanity. Thank you so much. But, like, I just feel like the only game, like, I feel like doing the games for YouTube is a lot healthier than how I normally play a game. And I end up, I end up enjoying those games a lot more. Because, like, I'm actually looking forward to playing them because I have, like, a set amount of time that I dedicate to playing them a week, you know? And for my own free time, to have more free time to do things that I would want to do or to hang out with friends, I should realistically batch record. But even then, batch recording, like, that would still be, like, if I wanted to batch record, like, the 3 ongoing things right now, right? If I wanted to batch record, the Lunacid, the RimWorld, the Little Goody Two Shoes, that would still be, like, for all 3, like, 9 hours a week, right? If I wanted to batch record the World of Horror, that would be, like, 3 hours a week, so that's, like, 12 hours. Meanwhile, when I got free time, I could put 12 hours a week grinding some stupid bullshit on Final Fantasy XIV. Easily. And so it's all about, like, I don't know. I don't know. I just think how games work these days with, like, multiplayer and, like, always wanting to do the next thing. I feel like I don't enjoy a lot of games that come out these days, right? Because, like, what I enjoy is playing the game, and it seems like what a lot of people are doing is try to, like, get rewards or trying to get to the next thing, and they don't actually, like, enjoy the prospect of just playing the game because the game is fun. And they might enjoy the prospect of playing the game, but they're only going to enjoy that prospect of playing the game for, like, the first 6 hours. And then it's just, like, rewards, accomplishments, objectives, achievements, etc., etc. Maybe that's just the people that I roll with. These are the conversations that I have, friends that I have. But, I don't know. I think games are weird. We have 23 smonks. This is gonna last through both these mysteries, I'm like 99% sure. So I would rather do Medusa last, just so that we can hopefully get to like level 5 or something before then. But my dog is getting a little restless. She was sleeping before this video, and now she's woken up, and she's crawling all over me! She's defeating me! Get out of here, you foul beast! And by that I mean go back on your chair. I know you just woke up from a nap there, but you just have to wait a little bit, and then we'll go on a walk. Although you can't hear me say that, so you don't know that the intention is after this video we're going on a walk. Does she know chat? No, she doesn't. I would have to give her the signal while she's looking, and she's not looking right now. She is completely distracted, and the signal is picking up her leash. And the leash is over there. I don't have it with me right now. Yeah, I'll just do that. I like EXP. I like EXP. EXP is pretty cool. I'm down with EXperience. A demon mask? Me and demon mask Rutsu? No way. That's crazy. Can you believe it? She's got a demon mask? A demonic mask? Whoa. Whoa. That's a little spooky. Yeah, we got really good. No, this is a luck check, but that's fine too. We're okay. But yeah, I don't know. Games are weird, I think. And I see games that I really like die because the people that I see, like, my friends who play them way too much with all of their friend groups constantly, and then they, like, crash and burn on it, and then they never want to play it again. So it's like, yeah, it feels a little bit bad. It feels just a little bit bad. A lot of good games I didn't get to play a lot of with my friend group because they crash and burn immediately. Well, I mean, that's just gonna work, right? Yeah, that's just gonna work. That's just gonna work. That's just gonna work. Me and the lucky earrings, Rutsu. You know what would be kind of crazy? You know what would be absolutely nuts? If luck scaled percentage chance things in your favor. Like, maybe 1 point of luck was plus 1%, or if you wanted to be absolutely insane about it, 1% of luck was 3%, because, you know, that's typically how stats work in threes. Like, 1 point of strength is 3 time units faster on strength actions. But, I would like to see, I would actually definitely like to see luck do something that isn't just stat checks. Because it doesn't do anything right now. But, me and they're preparing for something Rutsu? No way. I think we'll just run it down mid. Haru is inting? No way. This is the perfect thing to see before this. Do I put a point to dexterity, or do we want to heal? I think we want to heal, honestly. Like, we're gonna heal a lot after this. Because I'm just gonna hit this button. Oops, my hand slipped. That feels really good. Oops, my hand slipped as he slams a monkey wrench into a lantern, toppling it on some oil or flammable surface or substance. Sorry, I'm a fake World of Horror fan. I don't know how we caused the fire in the basement. I'm just a fake fan. I'm a fake Andy. Do we have anything that we can... I guess we'll use the painkillers, because I can't think of anything better to do. Because we don't have an item stored. And the box cutter... The box cutter does sell, right? Yeah. But we might want to use it against the boss, because it's just way, way better in every regard. So I think we'll sell the painkiller. I mean, we could actually sell the lucky earrings. That's probably more pragmatic, because I just got done saying, like, luck doesn't do anything. Oh, a discharge summary for me and you? No way. Also, can you imagine if discarding that item took us into the pharmacy because you could, like, click under the window, like you can in some menus? Oh my god, that would drive me insane. I would go absolutely crazy if that happened. Because I go absolutely crazy every time this stupid hospital mystery... Every single time we're in that stupid hospital mystery and I click on that one goddamn thing, which then sends me to the dog store without me clicking on the dog store because the dog store is underneath the option. Me and pray at the temple Rutsu. I was kind of considering, like, Hail Marrying it for an ally who we could let go. But I think we'll just take the sanity. It's much safer. Let's go ahead and move it over to the mansion, I think. We should also definitely try to go to the monument, like, one more time. At least one more time, I think. If it's money or stamina... I mean, actually, we could take... Oh, this is the one thing you didn't want to see. We can take Fondest Memory. And then we go to the monument here. What is it? 2 funds? Absolutely. As long as we don't get Jar of Blood immediately after, it was worth it. Because this is the end. If we don't get Jar of Blood, then we're gonna be fine. So give me the box cutter just because it's, like, faster, better, does more damage. You know, everything like that. Oh my god. It's the meat horror. No. No. Anyways, just go ahead and miss both those attacks. Thank you. Is it gonna break? Is it gonna break? Oh, it broke. That's okay. We'll be fine, chat. It'll be okay. We can take -6, -2? -6, -2. So we might as well just implore, like, I don't know. I mean, we might as well just heal, right? I mean, it doesn't really matter. So I guess we'll take Perception in case we have to fight Takashi. Because if we have to fight Takashi, we have a broken box cutter. That's kind of awkward. And then I guess I'll just take, like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The lighthouse can't kill us, so... I guess we're just chilling. Oh, we do have to fight Takashi if we have Heart of Darkness. But I'm not paying attention to anything else, because it's like, it just doesn't matter. We're kind of, like, completely okay. I'm, like, unbothered. I'm in my environment. I'm glad I wasn't moisturized, because if I was moisturized, that lightning would probably hurt a little bit more. But I don't really know about I don't really know anything about electric shocks, so I might be bad. I might have a skill issue. Oh my god. Oh no, it was -3, sorry. The light source is the one with, whatchamacallit. The light source is the -3 one, the charisma check is -2. Also, shoutouts to you smoke an old cigarette from your cigarette case. You discovered garbled memories. Thanks for watching. This was admittedly a more messy, it's like a messier episode than normal. But I hope you've been enjoying the content recently. And you might have noticed that we're phasing out the Gloomwood and the weekly Quota Wednesday. And then, you know, the Lethal Company talk was completely unrelated, by the way. Like, that was not intentional. But, we're gonna be trying to introduce another kind of friend content. And then we're just gonna take whatchamacallit. We're gonna wait for Dark Souls and Lunacid to end, and then, well, What's gonna end first? Little Goody Two Shoes or Lunacid? I have no idea. I have no idea. I record more Lunacid later tonight, so I have no idea. I could just stumble upon the solution. I don't know. I don't know how to beat Lunacid. I literally have no idea. I have no idea how to beat the game, so we'll see. Anyways, have a good one. Stay safe out there.